the gospel with some tribal people, and they went back and forth and back and forth. The guy understood what the tribal people were saying, translated for my friend, and afterwards said to him, by the way, I never knew that language before. And when my non-charismatic friend was talking to the South American pastor, he said, oh, at least once a month that happens with us when we do an outreach. So those things happen. It's happened here and there to friends of mine, all right? But when Paul talks about it in 1 Corinthians 12, he speaks of tongues as a gift and then interpretation as a gift, right? Not like you study to learn the language, but the gift of interpretation. And then in the 14th chapter, he says, no one understands you. You're speaking mysteries to God, and that in public he'd rather...
Didn't see him coming. Like... Sees more.
In a corporate service, it wouldn't do anybody any good. Now, when people say speaking gibberish, do they mean if you're just going blah, 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 and if that's your, quote, language, after 10 years, I'd say something's funny there. If that's not a language. But when I speak in tongues, that's all the marks of a language to me. In fact, I've been overseas, and someone delivered a message in a foreign language. I thought it was tongues, sounded like tongues to me, only found out it was a foreign language. And other times they deliver a message in the opposite. I couldn't tell if it was a foreign language or tongues or back and forth. So that's one of the things that people receiving the gift of the Spirit, beginning to speak in tongues, thought, wow, that's a language. But I recognize, having studied many different languages with all my degrees, that there are different languages sound very different. Sometimes I hear a foreign language, I say to myself, that sounds like gibberish. That can't be a language. So when people say, well, it's just gibberish because no one understands it, Paul says no one understands it. Say, how do you know if it's real? Well, Jesus said if he asks you, Father, for bread, he won't give you a stone. If you ask him for a fish, he won't give you a snake. If you, being evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will the Heavenly Father give the Holy Spirit to those who ask? So I asked many years ago, January 24th, 1972, Father, fill me with your Spirit, everything you have. I want to walk in it. And I began to speak in tongues and began to experience a spiritual intimacy with God as I spoke in tongues. And I would meditate on scriptures, I'd speak in tongues, and pray with my mind as I was praying with my spirit, and found tremendous edification and blessing in it. And then that helps me now go and minister to others. So it's all about intimacy with God, glorifying God, and making him known to others. And there are fine Christians I know that don't speak in tongues, that love the Lord, and that are used by God. So let's do it.